With Injustice 2's customizable gear, there are a lot of gear pieces that make the characters look awesome, and then there are a few that are just straight out of the comics, but then you got those, let's just say, not so good ones that make the entire character look downright ugly. In today's video, we're going to be counting down the top 10 ugliest gear pieces in Injustice 2. Big shoutouts to Not Bruce Wayne for suggesting this video. Remember to leave your list video suggestions in the comments below. Disclaimer. All of these gear pieces, or I would say 90% of them, are strictly headpieces, due to the fact that everything else seems good for the characters. It's just the headpiece that makes you disgusted with how the character looks. Number 10. Superman's faceplates. The sad thing about this is that there are multiple Superman faceplates, and if you're not getting that, well, that's all you're gonna get besides different capes that all look identical to each other. I said this before and I'll say it again. What is the logic behind Superman wearing armor? He doesn't need it. And since we are talking about the faceplate, what is the logic behind Superman wearing one? Another sad thing is that we don't have the mullet as a headpiece, we don't have capeless Superman, we don't have older Kingdom Come Superman, we don't even have the little classic curl on his forehead. I mean, come on, that is Superman right there. But instead, we have this unnecessary ugly looking faceplate or identical looking capes. Number 9. Gavin's space helmet of Throne World. Do I really need to explain myself here? When has Hal Jordan ever worn a helmet that looks like this? It honestly looks like they're giving him a beak, which makes him look like a complete joke. It's like how Jordan shows up and says, "Hey, you guys can trust me, I'm not a Yellow Lantern anymore. I fight for the Guardians now. They put me through hell to get this ring back, only at the cost of me walking around with a beak on my helmet." NetherRealm just couldn't give him a mask where his eyes are white, and you just have to put a whole darn shader to make his eyes white, at the cost of having everything on him white for him. My gosh, the limitations really put a stain on the gear system for me. Number 8. Destructive Radiant Visage of Duty. Oh, so you thought I was done with Green Lantern? Nope, because we got another one to talk about that's equally as bad, or maybe even worse than the beak mask. This helmet literally looks like a 1930s football helmet mixed with watermelon with green eyes. Honestly, man, what in the hell is this? I get it that there isn't much to go off of when Hal really hasn't worn much except for the standard mask that he's had, and I get it, it's supposed to resemble Simon Baz in a sense, but whoever says that ever looked good? I mean, you could have at least gave Green Lantern an Alan Scott cape and mask. I would have loved that to be in the game, but nope, just another missed opportunity. Number 7. Supreme Olsen's Fibrous Crown. To be honest, I really don't mind the many gear pieces dedicated to giving Swamp Thing antler looking things that make him look like a reindeer, while the rest of his design makes him look like Groot, because he's had some of that before in the comics, but this right here is on a whole different level. It's one thing when they're giving him regular looking antlers, but it's a whole different thing here when you're planting a whole damn tree on your head. It looks like Shinnok's Devil Horn crown from Mortal Kombat X that was grown from nature, so a tree version of Shinnok's crown. But hey, maybe Swamp Thing wanted to take his dedication to nature to the next level and become Shinnok. Who knows? Number 6. Destructive LW Max 9 Steeled Cowl. Jesus, what kind of names are these? Anyways, I'm all for Batman with glowing eyes like this. I'd kill for this, but you don't have to make them huge like that while also giving him a beak, while also not even being white and instead having them be blue. Oh wait, there's another one of these? Oh, I hope this one is white. Oh, no. It's like if I go to McDonald's and I ask, "Hey, can I have a Happy Meal for a boy?" And they give me a huge Big Mac for the hamburger, and they gave me a girl toy instead of a toy for a guy. I can't get something as simple as that, can I? Number 5. Solid Warhelm of Apocalypse. Seriously, how are you gonna take this god seriously with a faceplate that looks like it's identical to Superman's while also exposing his bald head? There's a reason why he wears a helmet that covers everything but his face, because he doesn't look nearly as intimidating as he does when he has the full helmet on, and he just doesn't look awesome when he's bald. Which reminds me, remember that one guy that was popular back in mid-2015?
What you mean, brother? Yo, give me... Jackass. I got a bald head, motherfucker. Brody don't pay. Jackpot. Yeah, put that shit back. We eating good tonight. What? Brody don't pay for shit. What? Motherfucker, I got a bald head. Dude. That ain't the thing, dude. Yeah. Cool off, motherfucker. Motherfucker, I got a bald head.
Yeah, Darkseid should be saying that every time his round win animation comes up with this gear acquired.
Motherfucker, I got a bald head!
Number 4. Sub-Zero gear set. Now, Sub-Zero isn't out yet, and this isn't necessarily a gear piece, it's more of a gear set, but this one is just so bad that there's no way I could have left it off this list, and I'm talking about this gear set right here. I honestly need an apology for whoever made this or whoever thought this would be good for Sub-Zero. This is just a huge insult to the character, and it doesn't even have a scar, and that's the Kuai Liang Sub-Zero who has the scar. I mean, how'd you mess that up? I want to know, because that is the character that you made back in the 90s, and you missed something like that. And that's not even my biggest problem with it. It's just the whole set is just downright ugly and not something to define Sub-Zero. If I were to look at this character, I would think he would be a complete joke. And Sub-Zero is not supposed to be taken that way. Number 3. Destructive Face Shield. I don't like any of the gear Atrocitus has because it makes him look fat. I mean, I've always liked Atrocitus looking like the way he does in the comics, where he does look like a strong monster. But in this game, they just make him look fat with the armor that Atrocitus has never worn. But this right here, this is just unnecessary and ugly looking. I mean, can he even see in that? Like, what's the whole purpose for it? There's nothing much to it. I don't have much to say other than it just looks very bad. Number 2. Cheetah Gear. Now, I don't necessarily think these are bad, and the reason why this is on this list is because when I asked you on Twitter which gear pieces you think should be on this list, I got a ton of people screaming cheetah, 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 and although I kind of like it, I can see where you're coming from. These crowns and the other gear that cover her in bones are alright and all, but they make her seem like she's a queen of a jungle or something like that, especially the bone crowns, which doesn't really fit her character because that's not what she's all about. I mean, if you were to have her be in that style, at least give her some gold crowns or something like that, instead of giving her some gear that looks like it belongs to Swamp Thing. And at number 1, we have Train Floyd's Best Mask. There are only a few Deadshot masks that I actually like, but let's be honest here. 90% of them look extremely bad, especially this one. There's just way too much going on here. It looks like a mixture of 3 things. A modern football helmet with minor additions on the sides, the classic Deadshot mask, and then something that looks like it came out of a Tom Clancy game with the eyes. I mean, come on, he only needs 1 eye assist, and who really thought this was a good idea for Deadshot? Deadshot could have some of the best gear in the game, especially with the mask, because I think the mask is like the best thing about Deadshot. But then we get something like this. What the heck, NetherRealm, you done fucked it up now. So there's my picks for the top 10 ugliest gear pieces in Injustice 2. Chances are that I insulted somebody's favorite character, but hey, that's the internet for you, right? If you have your list of your own and you think there's some other ugly ones out there that you think should have made this list, make sure to let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button to support my channel, and let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as I post videos like this weekly. Anyways, my name is Brospo Productions, and I'm out for now.
Motherfucker, I got a bald head!